Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. How are you today? Today I'm here with Michelle, and today we are going to talk about why we overthink small decisions.
Hello, everyone. I am very happy to be here today. Let's start our conversation.
So Michelle, I want to start with a scenario. You're standing in the cereal aisle and there are like 20 different options, and somehow it takes you 10 minutes to pick one.
Oh my gosh, that is way too accurate. I once stood in front of a wall of pasta sauces for what felt like forever.
See, and it's not even a big decision, it's pasta sauce.
Exactly. And yet my brain acted like I was making a life-altering choice.
Right, and that's exactly what I wanted to talk about today. Why do we overthink things that really don't matter that much?
Okay, I need this conversation. Let's get into it.
So, let's start simple. What does overthinking a small decision actually feel like for you?
Honestly, it feels like my brain just keeps looping. Like, but what if this one's better? Or what if I regret this choice later?
Yes, that looping feeling is so common.
And the weird part is, even after I choose something, I'll sometimes keep thinking about whether I made the right choice.
Right, like even something as small as picking a restaurant for dinner.
Oh my gosh, restaurant picking is the worst for me. My friends genuinely dread asking me where I want to eat.
I think a lot of people can relate to that. So, why does this happen? Like, logically, I know pasta sauce isn't going to ruin my life.
Right, and that's actually the key thing. Your logical brain knows it doesn't matter much, but there's another part of your brain treating it like it does.
Wait, what do you mean another part of my brain? So this actually connects to something psychologists talk about called decision fatigue.
Decision fatigue? I haven't heard that one.
So basically, every decision you make during the day, even tiny ones, uses up a little bit of your mental energy.
Wait, so choosing a shirt in the morning uses the same kind of energy as making a big decision at work?
In a way, yes, your brain doesn't really separate big decision and small decision energy. It's more like one shared pool that gets used up throughout the day.
Oh wow, that explains so much.
Right? Let me give you an example.
Yes, please.
So think about why you might feel totally fine deciding what to have for breakfast, but by the end of a long workday, even deciding what to watch on TV feels exhausting.
Oh my gosh, yes, that happens to me all the time. By nighttime, I just want someone else to choose for me.
Exactly, because your decision-making energy has been drained throughout the day by dozens of smaller choices.
So overthinking isn't really about the size of the decision, it's about how much mental energy is left.
That's part of it, yes, but there's another piece too, which is about fear of regret.
Fear of regret? Over pasta sauce?
I know it sounds funny, but our brains are wired to really want to avoid the feeling of having made the wrong choice.
Wait, why would my brain care that much about pasta sauce regret?
Well, it's less about the specific object and more that your brain treats choosing wrong as a bad outcome to avoid, no matter how small the stakes actually are.
Huh. That's interesting. So my brain is kind of overgeneralizing this avoid bad outcomes instinct.
Exactly. It's applying a survival-level caution to decisions that really don't carry survival-level consequences anymore.
That actually makes so much sense. Like my brain hasn't gotten the memo that pasta sauce isn't a threat.
Right, exactly. Have you ever noticed yourself doing this with things that really don't have a wrong answer?
Oh, all the time. Like picking between two shows to watch. There's no actual wrong choice there.
Right, and yet we treat it like there is.
So how much of this is actually about the number of options, too? Because I feel like more choices makes it worse.
That's such a good point, and yes, there's actually a well-known idea about that called the paradox of choice.
Paradox of choice? Tell me more.
So the basic idea is we assume having more options makes us happier because we have more freedom to pick exactly what we want.
Right, that seems logical.
But research actually shows that beyond a certain point, having too many options makes decisions harder and can even make us less satisfied with whatever we choose.
Wait, why would having more options make us less happy with our choice?
Because with more options, there's more opportunity to imagine what if I had picked differently, which increases the potential for regret.
Oh, wow. So more choices actually creates more room for that overthinking loop.
Exactly. That's part of why picking a show from a streaming service with hundreds of options can somehow feel harder than picking from just 3 channels.
That is so real. I've spent more time scrolling through options than actually watching anything some nights.
I think a lot of people have done that at some point. Okay, so it's decision fatigue, fear of regret, and too many options. Is there anything else going on? There's one more piece I think is really important, which is perfectionism.
Perfectionism? even with small stuff?
Yeah, especially with small stuff sometimes. If you have a tendency towards wanting things to be the best or the right choice, that mindset doesn't always stay contained to big decisions.
Oh, that actually explains why I sometimes spend so long picking the perfect gift, even for something small and casual.
Exactly. The underlying need is the same, wanting to get it exactly right, even when right barely matters in the grand scheme of things.
That's such a good point. It's like my brain applies the same standard to everything, big or small.
Right, and that can be exhausting because it means even low-stakes choices get treated with high-stakes energy.
Okay, this is all making so much sense, but is there anything we can actually do about this? Or am I doomed to stand in the pasta sauce aisle forever?
No, definitely not doomed. There are some pretty simple ways to work with this.
Okay, I need this. Tell me.
So, the first thing is setting a decision timer for yourself, especially for low-stakes decisions.
What do you mean by a decision timer?
So basically, before making a small decision, give yourself an actual time limit, like 10 seconds for something really minor, and just commit to whatever feels right within that window.
So instead of endlessly deliberating, you're forcing a cutoff point.
Exactly. And it might feel uncomfortable at first, but it trains your brain to trust quicker judgments for things that don't need deep analysis.
Huh, I like that. It's like giving yourself permission to not overanalyze.
Right, exactly. Permission. The second thing is reminding yourself of what's actually reversible.
What do you mean by reversible?
So, a lot of small decisions are actually really easy to undo if they turn out wrong. Like, if you don't like the pasta sauce, you can just buy a different one next time.
Oh, that's such an obvious point, but I never actually think about it in the moment.
Right, most of us don't. But reminding yourself, if this goes wrong, I can just fix it easily, takes a lot of the pressure off.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Most small decisions aren't actually permanent at all.
Exactly, and that's such an important distinction. The bigger, harder to reverse decisions deserve more thought, but tiny reversible ones really don't need that same weight.
What's the third thing?
The third one is being kind to yourself about the choice afterward instead of replaying it.
Like not second-guessing it once it's done?
Right. Once a small decision is made, try to consciously let it go, rather than mentally reviewing whether it was the best choice.
That's honestly hard for me. I definitely replay small decisions sometimes.
A lot of people do, but remember, replaying it doesn't actually change the outcome, it just uses up more mental energy for something that's already done.
That's such a good reminder. It's like extra suffering for no benefit.
Exactly. And once you notice yourself doing that, you can gently redirect your attention somewhere else.
What about you listening right now? Do you have a small decision you tend to overthink more than you probably should? Let us know in the comments if you've experienced this.
I love that question. I feel like everyone has their own version of the pasta sauce aisle.
Definitely. Okay, one more thing I'm curious about. Does this connect at all to anxiety in general?
And that's such a good connection to make, and yes, it often does. People who tend to experience more anxiety in general often overthink small decisions more too.
Why is that?
Because anxiety often involves an overactive threat detection system. Remember how we talked about the brain treating small choices like they carry more risk than they actually do?
Right, the survival instinct thing.
Exactly. And for people who already experience more anxiety in general, that threat detection system tends to be even more sensitive, so small decisions can feel disproportionately stressful.
Oh, that makes so much sense. So it's not really about the decision at all, it's about how sensitive that internal alarm system already is.
Exactly, which is why some people breeze through small choices while others get stuck overthinking them.
That's such a helpful way to think about it. It's not a personal failing, it's just how sensitive that system happens to be for each person.
Right, and understanding that can really take some of the self-judgment out of it.
If this is helping you understand yourself a little bit better, don't forget to like and subscribe because I feel like I finally understand why I take so long to pick a Netflix show.
I think a lot of people are going to relate to this one, especially anyone who's ever stood frozen in a grocery aisle.
Definitely. Thank you all so much for listening.
Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.